Welcome to our 5th Facebook Live at Advanced Pain Care. Today we are honored to welcome our guest, Kim Layne from the Samaritan Center. The Samaritan Center is a nonprofit organization that has been serving military families since 1974. We hold this organization very dear to our hearts, and Dr. Malone proudly sits on the advisory board. We will start with some introductions, so please begin submitting your questions now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Malone with Advanced Pain Care. I'm the founder and still the CEO of Advanced Pain Care. We've been in business about 20 years. We are a multi-specialty medical service company and clinic. We do pain management, neurosurgery, orthopedics, and rheumatology. In short, everything that has everything to do with pain management. Thank you.
My name is Kim Layne, and I'm the Director of Integrative Medicine at the Samaritan Center. I've been at the Samaritan Center since 2012. We have our Hope for Heroes program. We offer counseling for adults, children, couples, and whole families. We also offer integrative medicine in the form of acupuncture, herbal medicine, nutrition, counseling, and movement education. And we also have a number of groups and peer support for veterans as well as part of our programs.
Hello, my name is Chester Jones, and I'm the patient ambassador for Advanced Pain Care. My primary role is to assist and educate people who are thinking about the spinal cord stimulator. Myself, I have one. I've had it for almost 5 years, thanks to Dr. Malone and the rest of the team. I can answer any questions as far as for how the procedures will go, and I'm just here to support everyone.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our first question. Kim, this one is for you. What is the mission of the Samaritan Center, and why did you choose to work for them?
So the Samaritan Center's mission is to heal hearts, provide hope, and restore faith in individuals and whole families with special focus on the military community through holistic mental health care. I chose the Samaritan Center because honestly, I chose to practice acupuncture and integrative medicine because my grandfather, who was a World War II veteran, I saw him really struggle through my whole life with different medications in and out of hospitals. And I believe if he had access to the types of care that we can provide at the Samaritan Center, I think his life would have been very different. So the Samaritan Center's mission aligns pretty perfectly with my own personal mission and purpose for helping and serving veterans. So.
Wonderful. Dr. Malone, what drew you to the Samaritan Center, and why is working with veterans and their families important to you?
Well, being in medicine for over 35 years, I've treated a lot of veterans. I believe veterans are especially in need of our services in pain management, neurosurgery, and orthopedics because of their exposure to trauma, tremendous trauma. Many of them have been in explosions, have lost limbs, damaged spines, and I believe they really are in need of our services. One of our biggest clinics is right next to the Fort Hood Army base, so we see a lot of veterans from there. We see a lot of veterans from the VA here in Austin, and we feel very close to our veterans.
Chester, you want to tell us a little bit about your experience as a veteran, and especially as it relates to pain and then you coming on board with us?
Oh, no problem. As far as for being a veteran, I did 24 years in the Army, 19 were infantry, and the last 5 were supply. I was airborne, air assault. Everyone in the military knows that light infantry is bad for your back. You're carrying 50, 60 pounds, going 19, 20 miles when you're doing road marches. 8 deployments is pretty rough, and the pounding on my back led to messed up spine. When I came to Advanced Pain Care, the care that everyone shows here for the military community is phenomenal. They sit you down, they take the time with you to understand you and to understand where you're coming from. Dr. Malone has put a very, very good team together, and I really, really enjoyed it and felt at home. And when the spinal cord stimulator was offered to me, I accepted it, and it has made a world of difference in my life.
Well, I think I speak for all the viewers when I say thank you for your service. It's an incredible sacrifice, and I just want to make sure that you feel acknowledged, and we really love you on board with us.
Thank you.
Kim, could you tell us a little bit about how someone could support the Samaritan Center?
Sure, we are a nonprofit organization, and like Dr. Malone, who serves on our advisory board, we do have volunteer opportunities to serve on the board. If anyone is interested in donating, we do rely on contributions from the community, whether it be from individuals or corporations or foundations. Then there's also just following us, finding us on social media, following us, sharing our posts, sharing our stories. We do share a lot about our veteran employees and our programs, so those are a number of different ways. We also have our Veterans Ball coming up here on Friday, and so people are welcome to attend that. Actually, attendance now is free. You can go to our website to attend. It's at 7 o'clock on Friday. So,
Is that a virtual event?
it is a virtual event this year.
Okay.
Yes, it's the first year it's virtual.
Now, Kim, you just mentioned how Dr. Malone is on the advisory board.
Mhm.
Dr. Malone, could you tell us a little bit about your role and why it's important for you to be on the advisory board?
I love being on the advisory board because I'm part of the planning of the events, and I get to interact with the other members of the advisory board, and some of them are, the leaders and pillars of the community here in the greater Austin area. It helps me be in touch with all things in the world of veterans.
Kim, could you talk a little bit about the services you guys offer and what is the cost associated with that?
Sure. So we offer mental health counseling for children, adults, couples, and families, as well as acupuncture, herbal medicine, nutrition, and movement education classes. We have groups available too. We have a military sexual trauma group that meets. We have a women's gratitude group that meets. For veterans and military spouses, family members, children, because we receive funding from the community, we're able to offer 6 free sessions. So we can offer free sessions to begin for any of our services, and then everything else is based on income and number in household. We have something of a sliding scale. We also take insurance. So there are a number of different ways that people can pay. We have a lot of veterans who choose to use their TRICARE or go through the choice program through the VA. So there are a number of different ways that people can pay for the services.
So how would a veteran go about accessing the services? Is it like an online forum? Can they show up in person?
Sure.
What does that look like?
Well, right now showing up in person because of COVID
Sure.
isn't really an option, but just giving us a phone call. Veterans can self-refer for any of our services unless they want to use their insurance, then they have to go ahead and go through their insurance. But really it's just a matter of picking up the phone and calling us.
Alrighty, so let's just skip over to some of the stuff we've got going on here at APC for veterans. Dr. Malone, how do veterans typically pay for services and procedures? Let's talk a little bit about the insurance and then alternative.
Sure. Most veterans have excellent insurance through the government, TRICARE or TRICARE for Life. These are two of the best insurance programs available to anyone. So insurance and finances are not a problem for the veterans.
Okay, wonderful. Chester, I hope this isn't getting too personal. What kind of pain did you experience as a veteran, post your service experience? And not to dig too much, but the mental piece, which I feel like there's maybe a lot of stigma talking about it, if you wouldn't mind sharing any mental challenges as well as your physical challenges.
Well, first of all, when it comes to back injuries, it can be really debilitating. I've got grandkids, I wasn't able to play with them. Basic things like I'm trying to go to the store with the wife. I would either just sit in the car or I would not even go. That can take a toll on you mentally as well. Things around the house, trying to do those, something as minor as trying to stand and help her wash dishes, I couldn't do that. I wasn't able to go out and cut grass. I wasn't able to go and help wash the cars. All those things, and in my head I was like, golly, am I letting her down? What type of burden am I being on my family? It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you. luckily, I had a very, very good support group. My wife is strong. She's been with me. I was in the Army 24 years. She was with me for almost that whole time. And so she understood, and she helped me out a lot.
Do you feel like since you've had your spinal cord stimulator, you've been able to kind of combat some of those challenges you felt previous? Like, what is life after the stimulator for you?
Life is fun again.
Okay,
Life
good.
is fun again. I have no restrictions. The only restrictions I have are when my wife will tell me no or something of that nature. Those are the only type of restrictions I have now. You know, Dr. Malone and I, we speak about my dune buggy and my grandkids. You know, go out mudding. I can lift weights again. I can take long trips. I can walk my wife around the store now. So there are a lot of things. You basically get your life back, and it's beautiful. It's awesome.
That's wonderful. Dr. Malone, we just had a question come in. I know there are a lot of challenges kind of getting these veterans what they need when they're coming out of a big center. You know, they're seeing all these patients, they're worried about the referrals. Can a veteran self-refer, or does it have to come from the VA?
It has to come to the VA, but if they come to us, we can help contact the VA and help get that referral started.
So we're going to kind of mitigate that challenge that they might be feeling on the front end.
Absolutely. So I encourage veterans to contact us. We have a website. We're all over the internet. We have telephones, a huge phone bank of 16 operators or more. So give us a call. We'll initiate your case. And if you need a referral, we'll contact VA and work through that for you.
Wonderful. So Kim, I'm just wondering, you know, you kind of went through some of the services that y'all provide at the Samaritan Center. How would you say you guys treat the whole person? You're really working from the mental to the physical. What does that look like when somebody shows up? Do you guys do like a care plan?
Yeah, so that is actually one of my favorite things about being at the Samaritan Center, because we are a truly multidisciplinary team, especially the Hope for Heroes team. So we're comprised of veteran peers who have been there and done that, like Chester. We've got licensed mental health clinicians and then licensed acupuncturists, and we all staff the cases together. So we all meet and talk about what the best, like we pool our resources and we come up with really what the best individualized care plan is going to be for each individual. So we really do work on the mental health piece, the physical health piece. There's even a spiritually integrated care option for people if they're interested in that. So really try to do all mind, body, and spirit, because I think actually Chester illustrated it really well, how like the pain can really impact your mental health and like your emotional health and how you feel. So it's all related. It's also closely connected, and so we really work to support every aspect of the person.
So we just had a Facebook question come in for you. How many therapists do you have on staff with you?
Right now, I want to say we have 12 or 13 licensed
Okay.
mental health clinicians on staff.
Wonderful. And so we touched on a little bit earlier about, you know, COVID and the challenges and making a phone call to try to get access to those services. Are you doing just like a telemedicine type style right now? Is there anything going face-to-face for the Samaritan Center?
Yeah, so right now, all of our mental health services, the counseling, including like our groups, those are all offered virtually and via telemedicine. But acupuncture, we haven't quite figured out how to do via telemedicine.
Sure.
So we are now we just started doing it in October. We opened back up to be able to see people in person for acupuncture and the other integrated medicine services.
Has your staff gotten access to the COVID vaccines?
Some of our staff has.
Wonderful. I feel like that might be kind of a burning question on some of our Facebook
Sure.
viewers' minds. We at APC, luckily Dr. Malone was on it. He got our staff vaccinated. I know it's trickling out slowly to the other healthcare folks. Dr. Malone, why do you think veteran support sometimes falls through the cracks?
Veterans suffer from a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder and depression, lack of resources sometimes. So sometimes it's hard for them to pick up the phone and get transportation and get their lab work and get their insurance authorized. And so there's so many steps to get taken care of someone, and sometimes it's hard for veterans to get that done. So we try to go the extra mile and do a lot of that for them.
That's wonderful. Kim, do you have to be a veteran to receive your services?
No, we actually provide services to the entire community. We just have our Hope for Heroes program, which is, and just a
More
we
focused
had a special focus on military veteran populations.
Another one for Kim. What kind of issues are addressed in counseling, and are the counseling sessions confidential?
Counseling sessions are absolutely confidential, and I would say that a whole range of issues get addressed. We have people coming to us with all kinds of different diagnoses, from PTSD to anxiety, depression, bipolar, you name it. Family issues, it could be adjustment, sometimes, especially with career military individuals, adjusting to civilian life can be difficult, so there's that, helping families adjust to deployments. So really, it just runs the gamut.
So Chester, mostly everybody knows now that you're the patient ambassador for Advanced Pain Care. Let's just talk little bit about your journey. How did you become one, and why is it so important to you to be able to be in this role to help patients?
Okay. The way that I became was, first I was a patient, and because that it worked so well for me as far as for the spinal cord stimulator, like I said, it gave my life back, and it's something that I really, really believe in. The thing of believing in it is something that I want other people to feel. I want them to know how life can be without pain. Now, the pain ambassador or patient ambassador part, that came from working with Advanced Pain Care, sharing the same vision of helping people get rid of their pain. As the slogan says, the pain stops here. Okay? We want the pain to stop. We don't want you to feel it anymore. This is something I believe in. So therefore, me believing in it, working with Advanced Pain Care, patient ambassador came into play, and that is what I continuously do now, and I'm going to continue to do it.
Chester, we just had a question come in. Potential patients that want to come on service, can they reach out to you? Are you accessible, and how can they contact you?
I am very, very accessible. You can call any center or any of our clinics. They can give you my phone number. I'm also on the website for Advanced Pain Care, and give me a call. I'm ready to talk to you.
Alrighty, so we just have a few more minutes. So Facebook, if you have any questions, please submit those now. Dr. Malone, what are the most common types of pain that you feel like you treat at Advanced Pain Care?
We specialize in severe, chronic, and life-changing pain. So the worst type of pain. Many of the cases boil down to nerve damage of various kinds. It can be post-traumatic, like post-explosion or post-car wreck, vehicle wreck, or post-surgical. A lot of times in surgery there are nerves damaged. When you make a surgical incision, you actually cut through millions of tiny nerve fibers. Some of them don't heal correctly. One of our biggest cohorts or groups of patients for spinal stimulation are failed back surgery patients. Almost half of the time when you have back surgery, you have chronic pain following the back surgery. So this is a tremendous problem in America. It's one of the biggest health problems in our country today. We use a spinal stimulator for a lot of post-surgical back pain, and it's highly effective. That's exactly what happened to Chester. He had damaged back and damaged nerves. He underwent 2 back surgeries, which didn't help your pain much, correct? Eventually got his spinal stimulator about 5 years ago.
Yes, sir.
I was his doctor, and I had a very similar pathway. I also had tremendous back pain for years. I was on disability for a while. I could only work a few hours a day. But also about 5 years ago, in fact, shortly after we did Chester's stimulator. We did my stimulator, and I have had completely a normal life since then.
Wow, I didn't realize that you actually got yours after Chester. That's amazing.
Chester's one of the reasons I got my stimulator, because he had such great success.
You guys heard it here first. Dr. Malone saw the success of Chester.
Yes. Right.
All right, Kim, so we talked a little bit about the Veterans Ball. I know it's going to look a little different this year. Can we talk about what it normally looks like, what it's going to look like this year, and kind of what is your goal for the Veterans Ball? What's the purpose of this?
So the Veterans Ball, I believe we're in our third or fourth year, and originally it's a fundraiser for the Samaritan Center, but it's also a way to recognize veterans in our community. I really feel as though, Chester and I were talking about this earlier, there aren't enough opportunities for the community who perhaps doesn't serve to step up and acknowledge the sacrifice of veterans and their families. So this is an opportunity to do that, really, in what we hope is a meaningful way. So that's really the intention behind it. We have this year, like I said, it's going to be virtual. People can access and watch through our website. We will have a silent auction, and people are encouraged to participate in that if they're interested, and that information is on our website. In the future, in past events, they're really fun. Chester and Dr. Malone have both been to previous ones, and it's a big gathering. It's what you might imagine. Everybody gets together and eats great food and drinks and celebrates, dances. We've got, it's just a lot of fun. So.
I've actually personally been to a Veterans Ball a couple years ago, and I did see Chester and Dr. Malone cut a rug, so I am witness to the party that was had. So listen, guys, first of all, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today. Facebook, if you've submitted a question that did not get answered, please check back. We're going to post a blog with those answers. Of course, Kim, thank you so much to you and the Samaritan Center for joining us today and for the continued support to veterans. Please let us know, Facebook, if you have anything for us, any suggestions on future events, and check back for announcements on our next Facebook Live. We hope everyone has a wonderful day, and as always, at Advanced Pain Care, the pain stops here.